Uh, now you
so this Elon Musk isn't the only guy in the battery business, right?
I know, no. But actually,
and who are you?
I'm Bill Watkins.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
How you doing?
Yeah, you used to be the CEO of Seagate.
That's right.
And now you're building batteries for power grids and other things
like that.
Tell me about the battery business, and because Elon's been out there with this cool little battery that sticks on your garage door, wall or something like that. What's going on in the battery business? Give me some context.
Well, look, there's all sorts of uses of batteries. Our battery and our focus is really for anybody who needs to run anything as small as a telecom site, a home, a village, an apartment complex, or a whole city. They wants to run them and wants to run them with a storage unit that can be used every day, discharged every day, deep discharge, et cetera, et cetera. So our battery is really made to be used. The Elon battery is a very small battery that can be used, 100 times a year. It cannot be used very much. In fact, they restrict one of them. I think one of the batteries restricted to one discharge a week. But it's really there for emergency backup. And even he says that. It's not a real storage and use. Our batteries are meant to be used every day. We have 20-year warranties. They're a long life battery. And theoretically, the electrolyte will never wear out. It's a vanadium-based electrolyte.
Now, you're not going to put one of these in your garage because it's way too big for the average American garage.
It's not going to go in your closet in your garage. Now, if you think
this would be for like a neighborhood,
this could run a village. It could run a sitecom. Our bigger ones are 20-foot containers, and they will run a very large neighborhood. So our batteries really start this being the smallest one, which is probably almost 3 times as large as, or 3 times more powerful as Elon's battery, for example. Yeah. But we focus on 30 kilowatt to 200 kilowatt hour ones, and then we have a large one which is 250 kilowatts.
What does the average house use in terms of kilowatts?
It's probably pulls about 7 kilowatts, 5, depending on how much air conditioning you have
per day.
Yeah, U.S. house. Now U.S. house pulls a lot, but it'll pull 3 or 4 kilowatts, up to 5 or 6. A day of kilowatt power, and then how many hours you want to use that battery.
If I drove a Tesla 100 miles, how many kilowatts do I need to do?
Well, that's a whole different application because it's all about power. And again, kilowatt hours is how many kilowatts over a duration. Kilowatts is just how much power you're actually needing at one time. Yeah. Lithium is very good for power. What it's not good for is storage and long duration. As you can see that even in your own, if you look at your own phone. Your phone doesn't fade away. It cuts off because they cut that battery off at 50% charge, because if you let a lithium really discharge much, it wears out very, very fast. So again, it's made for power, instant power, but not for long duration, long storage. Our battery, if you can use a battery 2 hours a day and use it every day, our battery is a workhorse for you.
The reason you need these is as we put more and more solar and other renewables, solar only works during the day.
Right. And so
you still need power at night, right? So you need to store power.
So the people that are buying our batteries are putting solar. There are places in the world where you can't sell back to the grid, but even where you do sell back to the grid, they'd rather keep the power and run it at night. We have a couple being deployed here in the local Bay Area where they want to run solar all day, charge the battery, and then they want to run the evening up to midnight. They want to run evening shows and things like that. They want to run off a battery.
How much is one of these batteries?
Well, it depends. It depends what you want. And that's part of the problem. I mean, everyone, everyone lies about their costs. This particular battery, again, if you want an inverter in it or something like that, that thing could cost you $12,000, $13,000. If you don't want an inverter, it could cost you less. And so it kind of depends what your application. Are you DC? Are you AC/DC? And so, we sell a complete unit. Our 30Ks have inverters in it. This one does not have an inverter, and our 250 has inverters.
Now, the solar fields are usually out in the middle of the desert. I pass by a big field of them on the way to Las Vegas. Does this need much maintenance?
No, it doesn't. In fact, one of the great things about our battery is our battery will last up to 55 degrees C with no air conditioning. So it's a very stable. We actually have this thing deployed in India and Africa. We also have deployed in the mountains of Europe where it's very cold. And so it has a tremendous wide range and latitude of environmental conditions. Yeah. It's a very simple machine. It just flows. It just flows from one side to the other. That's how we do that exchange. And it's unique to vanadium.
So in here is vanadium.
Vanadium. And it goes through different states. And that's how it has its charge and discharge. Then we have a power stack that converts that stored energy into power. And it's very simple. Again, it's made to work 24 hours a day. It can discharge to zero, back up again, use all day long with no really unlimited cycles. We spec 200,000 plus as a spec, but so far, theoretically, vanadium should never wear out.
Now, this is good for a data center?
It's good for backup for data center. You can run a data center.
Do you know data centers that use it?
We actually sold one to a data center already. Pre-sold our big one. Right now, we have 2 products out: 5K, 30 kW. Yeah. And then we have our mid-range, which is a 30 kW, 200 kW hour, up to 200 kW hours. Our large one is the 250 kW up to 1 megawatt of storage. That's coming out this summer, late this summer, and we've actually pre-sold that one already to people that are looking for really.
And that's in a shipping container.
It's
so
a
40. Have a truck bring it right over.
Yeah, they all come in containers like this. The mid range is in a 20-foot container, and the large one's in a 40-foot container.
Yeah.
And so they're all self-contained, ready to plug in, ready to go.
How did you get into this business from hard drives? You were the CEO.
I actually went and bought I actually was retiring, and I bought a ranch up in Boulder Creek. I'm about ready to go microgrid my ranch, and some investors came to me with this company they thought had made a major breakthrough in chemistry, and they wanted me to run it, and I got all excited about it, and here I am.
Yeah. Well, Elon Musk, when you really need a battery, you got to come to Imergy, right?
That's right.
And where do we learn more about it? What's your website address?
Imergy.com. Imergy.com.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you so much.
All right.